9 months later, a few subscribers later, let's make a part 2 for the only video on my channel that gets views. This is an extension on Twitch that's going to give you overlays. Today I'm going to show you a be right back screen starting soon. I'm going to put your chat on the screen, all for free on a horrible computer. All you need is the Twitch website. But before we get into it, let's cover the spoilers that you're going to rail me for in the comments. Again, this is for Twitch, not YouTube. Everyone in the last video is like, why can't I see it on my phone? Sadly, that's the worst part about this. You won't see it on your phone or your console. It's just going to be on the Twitch website. But you should still do this. Set it up, get some overlays. When Mr. Beast comes into your stream to give you $10,000, he'll be on a computer and he'll be able to see these sweet overlays we're going to make today. Let's get right into it. All right, first thing we need to do, you're going to pull up Chrome. You're going to go to Twitch. You're going to sign into your Twitch account if you're not already signed in. I recommend doing this on Chrome. I think it works better on there. On top right, click on your account and go down to Creator Dashboard. We're going to go down on the left, this little pop out. Have a list, go down to Extensions. Search for Overlay. And then install Overlay Expert. And then it should pop up and you should be able to click Configure, like right here, or it'll be in your extensions and you can click the setting thing right here. Now if you want to, you can just click one of these that they have as like a preset. You can click choose and pretty much be done, or these are ones I've created. Come down and click create new overlay. It'll probably be right here. We're gonna create a new one, so I'll click on that. I'm not sure if mine's gonna look exactly like yours, so a couple of notes. This walkthrough, if you want to go through it, it'll teach you how to use it instead of listening to me. I recommend doing that. Come up here to sign in, sign up. It should pop up like this. Connect any of these. I'm going to connect my Twitch. Also, you want to make sure when you connect your Twitch that you weren't accidentally signed into another Twitch somehow. So make sure your logo's up there and you didn't sign into your brother's or your secondary Twitch or something. You make sure you're setting it up on your main Twitch account. If at any point in this it asks you for money, I'd recommend tipping these guys. Throw them $1 because this extension is freaking dope. But this is free. You can click off of that. It didn't pop up for me, but you can ignore that. You can use this for free. Alright, so first let's name our overlay on the right here where it says new overlay. Name it whatever you want. And you can put a description. You can set it for a certain game. Let's leave it at 1080 and let's start adding layers. So it's going to come up with this that says new content item. If yours looks a little different than mine, just hit view and fit to window. That way it'll fit here, not be zoomed in or out. Let's name this layer alert. That's going to be the first thing we do. So on the top, in the description, name it whatever you want. So you're going to have all the different settings for this layer down here. Let's go ahead and click on content. And this is going to give you all your text settings like font, size, bold, outline, all that stuff. And if you scroll all the way down where it'll list text groups and it'll say this one we're working with right now is new content item. If you click on that, this is where you change what the text says. So you can make it say welcome to the stream, make it say whatever you want. If you type a lot and it doesn't fit in here, it's gonna scroll. So if we make it bigger, it won't scroll, but if we cut it off to where it won't fit, it's gonna scroll. So if you want it rotating, hey, welcome to the stream, be sure and give me money, then cool. Or you can take this text out and you can put a timer in. It'll show how long you've been live. You can put your different Handles for social medias, that's cool to put your social medias on there. For now, I'm gonna delete that and say hey, and then hit this check mark and just leave it like that. And let's set it up to be an alert. So I'm gonna click back on content to close that. And now where it says alert, I'm gonna click here. See how it says this layer is always shown? Let's change that to event based. And then you can pick what event is gonna make this text show. So for example, I'm gonna click Twitch follow. And so it's only gonna pop up when we get a new follower. And then underneath that, you can make a sound for it. Let's see. You can go through all these. I'm just gonna click a random one. You can set the sound, set the volume. I'm gonna bring that down to 20. Animation, you've got all these animations for it coming in and coming out. I'm just gonna do puff in, puff out. And you can turn on a preview. Okay, puff looks horrible. I can't. Sorry, overlay expert. I don't like the puffs. Vanish. I like vanish. All right, and so you saw me turn on this preview animation. You can see it coming in and out. So that's good. We've got it set up. It's gonna say hey whenever we get a new follow. So let's make it look better. Let's go to this background tab. I clicked on the alert tab to close it. So I'm clicking on background now to open it. So you can click a color here for the background to pop up, and it'll just be a rectangle, and you can make it say whatever you want. Or in the description, I'm gonna have these free overlays I'm giving you. Be sure and join the Discord. I give away more overlays, and you guys can talk about this if you're having any troubles, shout your channels out, all that good stuff. But let's click select, and then you can use any of theirs by clicking into this other tab. But let's go back to mine. Let's click this little pink arrow and upload our own. So find wherever you saved my free overlays or whatever overlay you're gonna use. If you're using mine, it's probably gonna be in your downloads off of Google Drive. So anyway, we're gonna click this new follower alert. And so that should upload it. And then you'll click the little check mark, and that's gonna be the background, but we can't see it. So what you're gonna do is resize this to where you can see it. It'll make it bigger or smaller if you grab the bottom right down here. Don't cut it off, make sure it fits in there. So I'm gonna make it about this size here. I'm gonna I want it to pop up in this area, and I think that looks good. If yours is acting weird, you can play around with these settings, but it shouldn't be. The sizing is what would really change it, but mine's working, so I'm gonna leave it on fill layer. All right, so now let's mess with this text we've gotten here. Come back down to content and come down here to hey, because that's what we got typed, whatever you've got typed. And let's align it where we want it. See how it's on the left? For horizontal, let's put it in the center. And then for vertical, let's put it on the bottom. Now we could kind of play with the sizing, and that should put it where we want it. Or if you're having size issues, no pun intended, you can play with these. See how it says position from layer edges? If we turn up the bottom to like 20, see how that spaces it out too? So let's take a guess, like 35. Oh my gosh, I did 20, 35. Let's do like 35. So that fits pretty good right there. So play around with that number, or like I said, leave it at 0 and kind of play with that sizing right there. So now instead of it saying hey, let's click on where we can change our text, come back into this thing we looked at earlier. Let's take away hey, and now that we turned this to an event-based alert, we have the option to click right here and click follow display name. So now it'll display the name of the follower. So once you have that in there, you can click the check mark and this alert is actually good to go. You can, I just realized the text is still black. If you like that, that's fine. I'm going to click on this little color thing here and change it to white, kind of to match the overlay. Could also try and match this blue here, but I'll just stick to white. And now that should be good. And you can click the check mark at the top right and it'll go away because we're back on our main screen and we can add new layers. Now, if you want, you can go into Window and click Stream Preview. And you can actually put an old stream behind this to make sure your overlay looks good, or even, you know, size it up with, maybe you've been streaming with your PlayStation camera. You can put this in the background and make sure your overlay matches up with a webcam, for instance. Or you can come down here and test an event. Like, you can change our name to something very mature here and get, see, we've got it set on Twitch follow. Just patch the event and we can see that this person here, I can't read that name, followed us. Or I click the check mark to close that out in the top right. Come down to the layers, click back on our alert layer, and it'll show it. Alright, next let's set up a Be Right Back screen that you can actually turn on and off in your chat with a command. So let's come down here, get back to your overlay settings, and click any check marks in the top right to get back to this screen, and come down and let's add a new layer. Let's go ahead and name it in the top description BRB, and then let's come back down to this content tab, open it up if it's not already, come down to where at the very bottom, text groups, it'll have new content item. That's where we can change the text, and I'm going to highlight that, delete it, press the check mark. Again, just to recap, you know, if you want to be done with just text stuff and just do an alert, here's where you can put you know, recent follows, recent subscribers. You can click any of these and it'll be listed in here, and wow, just flame me up then. No recent subscribers. What about recent follows? Al Norvey. Shout out Al Norvey. And you can just have that rolling on your screen. You could put some text on top of it that says, you know, recent follows. Anyway, let's get back to the Be Right Back. Clear out your text, hit the check mark. So now this layer is empty. I'm gonna scroll up, close the content tab, and pull up background. I'm gonna hit select. We're gonna click this little pink arrow to upload. Find where you saved my overlays or whatever Be Right Back screen you're gonna use. Click on it. It should upload. There it comes. You'll click the check mark on it, and now it is in here. Now all you have to do is drag this and make it full screen. So that's looking good. Now what we're gonna add is called a nested layer that is inside this Be Right Back layer. So click up here at the top where it says add nested layer. This one in the description, we're gonna name it chat box to keep track of it. Again, it's gonna say new content item. Let's scroll down to content. Click on new content item, delete that text, hit the check mark, and then at the top of the content tab, you'll see type, and it should say text freeform. You're gonna click in there and change this to Twitch chat widget. And now we'll resize it to fit right in our chat box here. And then it's gonna start fake chatting so we can see what it looks like. I'm actually gonna go down here and change the size to, let's try 20. Yeah, I think that looks better. I'm not positive if you can change the color of the names, but you can change the color of the text right next to font Down here you can change the font to whatever you want, and then click the little color panel, and I'm gonna change it to white. And I think that looks pretty good. Now we've got chat rolling. So let's scroll back up, click the check mark on this layer, and now we're back on the BRB layer itself. And before we check mark it, let's come down to the very bottom, or actually just click on content and close that tab, and we're going to come down to chat quick toggle. We'll click in there, click this chat API, and change it to Twitch. Here you can set who gets to turn this on or off. You can make a layer that anybody could turn on or off. You know, I don't know what a layer like that would be, but for this we just want us, the broadcaster, to be able to do it, so leave it on broadcaster. So now we'll come down to the toggle message and click in here, and this is what you're going to type in chat to turn it on and off. Let's put an exclamation point and put BRB. I actually had to cut the video right there, that's why the thing disappeared. Don't put one in the toggle off message, that's what I just learned. Put just in the toggle message broadcaster Twitch, that's what we had. And then you can actually hit the check mark in the top right, and now you can leave this pulled up, go to a new tab, pull up your channel and go over to the, let me show you, you should have home, about, all this stuff, and you should be able to click into your chat, and we can actually test this and type exclamation point BRB. Go back here and you can see that our Be Right Back screen popped up, and you can see chat right there. Let's type it in here again, exclamation point BRB, make sure it goes away. Boom, there we go. So now we've got that. I drug my alert on top of my BRB, so in case I have, you know, Be Right Back pulled up, I can still have the alerts popping up on top of that. If you don't want alerts while you're gone, then just drag that under the Be Right Back, but I'm gonna leave it on top. And so last thing we're gonna do is exactly what we did in the Be Right Back. You don't really have to, you should be self-explanatory at this point, but let's click add a new layer and do our starting soon screen. Of course it's going to pop up new content item. We're going to click into content, scroll down to where it says our text, delete it so it's empty, click the check mark. We're going to close the content tab, open up background tab, click select to select a background. Let's upload the one that I'm giving you, or you can find one on Google, find one wherever, and upload it. You have to save it to your computer and then upload it. And then we'll click this check mark. And all we have to do now is resize it. Starting soon. Let's close the background tab. Come down to chat quick toggle. Chat API, click in here, change it to Twitch. I want to be the only one that can change this to on and off, so we'll leave it on broadcaster. Toggle message, exclamation mark, starting soon. Actually, I'm just going to make it starting. I don't know how it works with spaces, so let's just leave it as starting. And that looks good. Let's click the check mark. I didn't name the layer. Let's I'm gonna click back on it just because I'm OCD, and in the description at the very top is where you name it. I'm gonna name it starting soon. Now let's make sure that our commands work. Mine keeps cutting because I keep messing up, and my camera just died. So yours is probably still sitting here. Pay attention to the order you have these in. I just had this mistake. I was turning off and on, you know, the starting soon and the Be Right Back. For instance, let's go back to our chat and start testing stuff. If we do exclamation point starting, and we come back, it brings up our starting soon screen, which is great. But now the problem I just had is now when I try exclamation point BRB, it brings up my Be Right Back, but we can't see it because starting soon is still pulled up. So to toggle that off, I have to do exclamation point starting. Make the starting soon go away so we can see our be right back and we can see our chat message in there. So either, you know, do the order to where they can stack on top of each other and not interfere, or just make sure you toggle one off before toggling another, if that makes any sense. And also remember that when you switch to this be right back screen, it looks great, and on computer it is going to block your screen, and you know, if someone's watching on the Twitch website, but your mobile viewers aren't going to be able to see this, so don't switch to be right back and do anything you don't want people to see. So funny side note, I actually just recorded the outro to this and did not show you how to save it and set it as your overlay, because I'm a genius. So what you're going to do is click File and click Save, and that should save it. I know in the past there's been problems with saving. I think they fixed it. Another way to save is by actually clicking this cloud. When the check mark's there, it's not going to work. But before you save, you should be able to click the cloud and it'll save it. So now we're going to go back to Twitch. We're going to go top right, click our little icon, click Creator Dashboard, come over to the left and click Extensions. You can go to My Extensions. You should see Overlay Expert. Maybe it's not in the activated section for you yet, but let's click the settings or click Configure, whatever yours is saying. You'll scroll down to, I named it whatever you want. You named it whatever you want, and you'll click Choose on it. It is now selected. You can X out of this, and now just make sure that mine says overlay 1. Yours might not say this, so make sure you click on the little drop down box and click Set as overlay 1, and it now should be active. And now whenever you stream, it'll just pop up. Even if you do like a mobile stream from your phone, these overlays will still pop up for you. So it's a really cool extension. It stinks that you can't see it on mobile, but it's cool that you can add overlays to mobile streams and to your console streams. So that's pretty much it. Be sure and join the Discord to talk to other small streamers, to shout out your channel, and to get more overlays like I did in this video. And be sure and subscribe for more budget content like this. Besides that, appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one.